Halloween's 4.
Are you sure we didn't do 2 4s?
I'm looking at it. Halloween's 4. No, you kept calling it episode 5, but it was 4.
Maybe we were already on 6.
No, we're not. I just looked at all the videos.
I'm glad our mics are on for this.
Kelsey, we're gonna try and really cut down this amount of time.
It's only been a minute 15, baby.
Alright, let's start it up. I said we
Let's
start.
start it. Let's hit
Wait
it.
for the right time, Will.
Oh, I'm at the right time.
Tell me.
And yes, fade out.
Hey.
Hell yeah. Nice. We're here.
Let's go.
Hey, hey, hey.
Woo, baby.
What is
It's
that
Friday night and I'm feeling
Hey,
right.
hey, hey.
What's that from?
That sounds like da 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 da.
No, it's not that. It's some.
Hey, hey, hey.
Isn't that Winky Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory?
What's up, what's up, what's up?
Oh, that's what it is.
Who
That's
invited Will Van?
Introduce Will first.
Yeah.
Can I ask a favor? Can you introduce Will first? I forgot to tell you.
Welcome, 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 friends. Whoa, our output resize is weird. Can you resize it?
What's that?
I don't even know what that means.
Like
Just drag the
drag
corner.
In the corner.
Yeah, do it. Yeah. Perfect.
Don't look up there. Just look at our
Baby, I'm an
eyes.
island boy.
No. Please.
Taco
God,
Bell.
No. Don't.
The Taco
please.
Bell one's awesome.
Welcome,
don't.
guys, to Who Invited Will. Can you put the YouTube on the monitor?
Uh-huh. Welcome.
Do I just
Chrome. Go to Chrome.
What is this? Episode 5?
Go to Chrome.
Season 3?
Yeah. there it
Episode
is.
5?
Season 3, Episode 5. Who Invited Will?
That's
Right
right.
here, right now, and we're live.
Special Friday edition.
I'm Jay, your host with the most, and sitting to my right is Will,
That's me.
and to my left is Neil.
What's up, boys? Listen, real quick.
Hey,
Shout out to the writers. Shout out to the Schneider writers. Last week I wasn't on the show. I had some personal things I had to take care of, or 2 weeks ago, whatever.
hold on, your mic.
2 weeks. What are you?
Fixing your mic.
Shout out to the writers. I had a couple of the writers reach out to me and tell me how much they missed me on the show, and I appreciate that. But one other thing I want to just talk about before we get our show started today.
Writers.
A couple of the writers sent me some video clips from the last show.
So you didn't watch?
Roll
you don't
tape.
You don't support your own show?
Oh, I watched the show after, especially after I got the clips.
Jesus,
okay.
now it's like way too loud. I made the microphone so
Yeah,
good.
so I got a couple of clips of you guys basically throwing my name through the mud.
No.
And talking a little bit smack about me, and I just thought we were a team. I thought we were a team, and teammates don't do that to each other.
Teammates do that to each
Neil,
other
I
all the
don't-
What?
time.
I don't think we said
What?
anything
Well, I wouldn't say to
Negative
your face. Exactly.
or that we wouldn't say to your face. What did we say?
Well,
Yeah.
one thing Will said is that I say the same joke over and over and over again,
I do that.
50 times, and now the
You
first
both
time
do
I say it,
that.
it's funny,
I do that.
and then it gets old.
I do that.
But I didn't do that. That's
I
the
do
thing.
that.
Okay, maybe he was talking about you.
Oh, so that swing
That was-
right over his head.
No, I get it. He was doing the same joke over and over again. I'm not an idiot, okay?
Oh, okay. Yeah, you sounded.
But-
I do that.
But you did. That was Will talking back, and then you were like on one part of the show. You're like, man, it feels so good. What's different today? Man, I don't feel any pressure. I feel great. This is the happiest I've ever been on the show. Stuff like that. And I just,
I didn't say
mean,
this is the happiest I've
listen.
ever been. I said I was
Yeah,
relaxed
okay.
because you're not jumping into my
Do you
stories.
honestly,
That's what we said.
Neil? Do you?
yeah, you were relaxed, and I jump into your stories all the time.
Neil.
Yeah.
What?
We did a whole bit about it.
Oh, I saw it. The
Ouija-
writers
no,
reached
the
out.
Ouija board story.
Listen, I just want you guys to know, when I'm not around, the writers are. Okay, and the Schneider writers will reach out to me and say, hey,
Yeah,
you're
you know
throwing
what?
your name under, you threw me under the bus. I'm
No.
not mad.
Writers get stitches. You
I'm
fucking gonna
disappointed.
go call little Daddy Neil and tell
What do you
him
mean
about
writers get stitches?
This? I'm just saying snitches.
That doesn't even rhyme.
Snitches get stitches.
Yeah, but they're not snitches. They're writers.
Writers get dider.
Listen, shout out to the writers. I appreciate you having my back as always.
Do you honestly think that if I wasn't here and it was you and him, there wouldn't be at least some jokes about me not being there?
The name of the show is Who Invited Will. The name of the show is a joke.
Also, do you really think that if I wasn't here, you guys would ever even do the show ever again?
Oh, damn.
That's true.
That's
That's true.
true.
Yo, you
I like
sound
y'all.
so loud to
I
me.
liked
Oh
your
my
guys'.
God, like I'm going deaf.
I liked your guys' outfits. I saw Jay was
my.
in Yoshi. Shout out to that. Shout out to Yoshi. Easily the best.
It's my Yoshi voice.
The best Mario Kart driver for sure.
That's my character, baby.
Let's go.
But
Yoshi,
That's why we're
Yoshi
friends.
gang. This guy's
Absolutely.
Toad over here.
Yeah, idiot. What a
What
he
is-
looks like a
Wario.
toad.
Wario.
Wario.
Wario's
Yeah, Wario's
awesome.
a good job. But definitely Yoshi. If you're not choosing Yoshi as your first character, you're pretty much an idiot.
But
Mario
then-
Kart, in my opinion.
I thought it was funny how
Peach
it just
isn't
covered
Yeah, she
Jay's
stinks.
face the whole time.
What? Yeah. But that was,
That was
fun.
funny.
What were you? I don't understand what you were. What were you? Who were you?
One
is that?
wild and
No,
crazy
you weren't.
guy.
No, you weren't.
CP Miz.
What?
Let's go. Let
What
us
were
go, he
you?
says. Let us go.
Good show.
No,
Yeah.
what were you though? Honestly,
I haven't bought in.
He was a luchador.
you were like a fighter or something, or a wrestler.
Oh shoot! I thought I was dressed up
No.
as.
What
Yeah,
were
I was a
you?
luchador.
What's
That's a
luchador?
Mexican professional wrestler. Get
Oh.
cultured, bro.
I thought. Well, I know what that is. I just thought maybe you were like someone specific. You know,
No,
like
no.
like I'm Nacho Libre or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
I got
Conquistador
it.
Suave.
Okay,
That's
okay.
who I was.
Listen, guys, I'm not mad about the last show. I'm just a little bit disappointed. That's
Oh.
all. That's all. It kind of hurt a little bit that you're defaming my name like that. But
If
defame
if
Now I
anyone
see.
was
Defame the
lis-
name.
If
Defame
anyone
the
was
name.
listening earlier, I already called Neil's not
What?
mad, disappointed
What happened?
line.
what? Oh, you called it?
Yeah.
I'm not
You
mad.
said
I'm
it?
just disappointed.
Oh, I didn't hear you say it.
I know, because
Hey, also, I don't know if you guys know this, but we're about to all be a part of a world record tonight.
And that is
Denver hasn't had snow in 211 days. The record for the longest time without snow is 212 days. So if it doesn't snow tonight, we break the all-time record. For
sound like
Denver.
a damn liberal talking about that global warming.
Dude,
Ain't
it's
real.
awesome. I'm so happy.
I agree.
Isn't it awesome not to have snow?
The only thing
Man,
I'm worried
it's the
about
best.
is that then
I
it
don't like the
just
snow.
means
I
like
hate it.
everything is extended. Then that,
No, I don't think it is. I don't think it will be. I
Yeah.
don't think it's.
I hate the daylight savings.
You
and
know
how
what?
dark it is.
Yeah, that sucks.
I'm already
Sucks.
You know what
depressed.
they said
Yeah.
though? You know what they said? That we're not supposed to have snow for like weeks to come.
Yeah.
That is amazing. If you're a skier or a snowboarder, suck it. I hope you have a horrible winter.
Yeah.
Because I hate the snow. We all hate the snow.
Yeah, I like the warm sun,
It's
baby.
nice outside. It's beautiful outside, man. I love it. And congrats to us. We're all part of a record. We can say we were here
Why
when it
YouTube?
didn't snow.
Why YouTube doesn't have a notification for our podcast? Are you saying the writers aren't getting notified by this? About
Who
this?
said that?
My dad. He
I have
texted
no
me.
clue. I have no clue.
I'm not sure. I always
But
get.
hey, congrats to you. Hey,
Hey,
no
been there,
snow.
we were
Congratulations,
there.
world record.
Maybe.
We're world record
did
setters.
it,
I love
baby.
it. We did it.
We did
no
it.
snow. 2021.
4
no
more
snow.
years.
4
Lock her
more
up.
years.
Lock her.
What's
But
the,
anyway.
what's the other one? Okay,
What?
Brian or something.
What's okay, Brian?
Something Brian. Instead of fuck Joe Biden. It's,
It's something about for Trump, right?
Yeah. Wow.
It's like Brian or-
It's something okay. It's something Brian.
Yeah.
It's basically they kept chanting "fuck Joe Biden" and then they changed it at sports events to something Brian, and they're like, "Man, we're so edgy and cool." And everyone, I want to look it up now.
Biden's approval rating right now is pretty much in the ground.
Come on, Jack. Come on, Jack.
He's just I think we might see a reoccurrence of Donald Trump in 2024. He might be back.
It's
He
like
might
it's gonna
be
be like
back.
Star Wars when the Empire struck back.
Yes, that's exactly what we're in the second movie of the
Yeah.
trilogy.
Joe Biden gets his hand cut off. Come on, Jack. That's the hand, Jack, and the hand that you wanted.
Exactly.
That's the hand
Honestly,
you needed.
And the White House is gonna
And
blow
you
up.
needed the hand.
The White House will blow up in the third episode.
Independence Day.
Some of the
Like that,
videos
dude.
though,
A
like
little Death
So
Star.
aliens are coming?
maybe
Hey, man.
they're doctored,
Hey man,
but
I was abducted by alien shit.
I don't think they are doctored. Just like I think. Well, and
What's
everyone
like,
said
it's
that
not black
when
people
he's just.
in the band.
Well, there's one where he just like rambles on, but then there's another where he just is like fondling little kids and just like touching them and kissing like his granddaughter on the lips.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's real weird.
Come on, Jack.
I mean.
Yeah.
I've heard this from a lot of people. It's like more like let's just get some people that are that was really
You know
good.
that one?
The beginning of the vaccine's
COVID,
good.
I
He
watched
goes,
that live.
Hey, and guess what?
It's good for the economy.
Benefits everybody, harms nobody.
And then I'm not.
Tina
I,
texted me that.
even
It's good for the
though
economy.
even though like I'm
Hey, baby.
gonna probably come off as
Come on,
conservative.
Sim.
I'm really not. But then it's like some of this or like anti-vax, because then it's like, have you guys seen that? It came out that then
What?
now it's two vaccines is not considered full vax anymore. You have to get the booster
Oh,
to be
baby.
considered full vax.
Hey, shout out to me.
Shout
Hey,
out to
guess
Fully
what?
vaxxed.
It's good for the economy. It's good for the economy. It's good for everybody.
Benefits everybody, harms nobody.
Hey, I know
That's
you're a
weird.
big Mike Tyson guy. I know you love Mike
I like
Tyson.
Mike Tyson. Yeah, he's a good fighter. You know, he's
Spinal.
a good fighter. Yeah.
Spinal. Broke my back. Spinal.
Broke my spinal.
Broke my back. Spinal. I heard an article came out today about, or not today, but this week about Mike Tyson. I don't know if you knew this, Jay. It's crazy news. Crazy news. Before his fights, he had so much adrenaline, and he literally wanted to kill people when he went out and boxed them. Like, he was going to kill them. That they would bring in girls for him after he's already been laced up, like right before the fight. Have you heard
To
this?
punch
No. To have sex with.
in the locker room.
Yes. And he would have the gloves on because they got to make sure the gloves. Like, this would be minutes before he goes out.
You know what
Like
I'm so
10
happy.
minutes. No.
Hell yeah, brother.
Well, I don't know. I'm pretty sure they got paid, and I'm sure it was like, "Hey, will you have sex with Mike Tyson?"
Yeah.
What do you mean rape? Like they weren't dragging them in.
Yeah,
kicking,
they weren't.
screaming.
It wasn't like
yeah,
that.
it was like
Can you hook me up with the butt?
it was like, ma'am, would you like to come back to the locker room and have sex with Mike Tyson before the show?
He'll
And
give
he-
you an autograph or something
Yeah.
like that. I don't know how it went down, but a security guard. It wasn't Mike who
He's
said
like, I
this.
can't hold the pen. I got the gloves on. I can't give an autograph because I can't hold the pen. I got the gloves on.
He said it was his security guard that came out and said it. That this is what they used to
Let's
do.
go,
What did you
Brandon.
do, man?
They're all like that, Neil.
They're all like that, Neil.
I didn't do anything. I opened your beer.
Will did nothing.
There's
they would
no
bring,
thank you?
So they would
No,
thank you,
no.
thank you. So they would bring him with the gloves. He would get his gloves on. It's like 10 minutes before the fight. He would
Yeah.
have sex with the girl,
Yeah.
and then he would come out and he'd be like,
All
"This is good news for my opponent. I'm not going to kill him tonight." And the one time they didn't do it,
He bit the guy's ear.
Evander Holyfield, and he bit his ear.
This sounds
He
so,
didn't have sex.
This sounds so made up to me.
I bet
It
it's
sounds
real.
so made up to me.
Sounds cool.
I
like
kind of
cool
believe
stories.
it, and it makes
And he was
sense.
like, "Man, I want Holyfield. I was so aggressive.
He's.
I just had to
you
bite
don't
his ear."
think? Don't you think Mike Tyson is just absolutely? He's one of the craziest people I think
That was
ever.
probably one of my favorite.
One of the
shit
craziest
talking.
people ever. There's probably a million serial killers who I'd say put above
Yeah.
Mike Tyson.
No,
He was
I mean,
crazy enough to train every day.
I mean, Mike Tyson would have killed those guys most likely. He bit the guy's ear
Okay.
off.
no,
Yeah.
but that's
What do
different.
you-
There's difference between like people have like you hear some of those like Transylvanian people of like how they like where that whole myth came from, and it was
Oh,
like
there was, like,
basically
the-
like the leader would just like
psycho murderer.
yeah they would bathe in like baby's blood just because they're like, yeah, this is what we do, and it's gonna make me young. And
Who
so
did
then,
this?
This was like leaders or like
This
like
was
emperors.
hundreds of years ago.
I know.
Okay.
So but then you said the craziest guy ever. Ever means there's
Mike
no timeline.
Tyson, but think of the time period they were alive, dude. You can't compare those time periods.
Okay,
talking
so we're just saying
30 years ago and 700 years ago.
30 years ago.
What? You said ever, Neil. Ever is
Okay, well,
also
He-
700.
he-
one of the
changed it.
craziest
And I don't
people
think it
in
was
our
700.
lifetimes. One of the craziest people in our lifetimes.
Still
He's
no.
a man. Would you rather? Okay, which one would you choose? Would you rather
Fuck one,
be
kill one,
punched?
marry
No,
one.
no. Would you rather be?
have sex with Mike Tyson in his locker room before the thing, or box him in the ring.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
What? No, that's too
Would
much.
you rather
No,
have sex
is it?
with Mike Tyson
Is
in
I'm
the
gonna
locker
fight
room?
him. You think I'm gonna let him have sex with me? Are you crazy?
Which do you think would be more painful?
Yeah.
Boxing
Getting
Mike Tyson
fucked,
or having
but
sex with him
my
when he's ready to
my
kill
dignity
somebody?
stays alive.
Your
if he
body,
doesn't do
your
that.
brain could be gone for the rest. You could just die.
Okay, here's a great question then. Would you rather be punched in the face by Mike Tyson or be stabbed in the stomach. And I promise, if you're stabbed in the stomach, no vital organs will be touched. Which one?
Stabbed in the stomach by who? Mike Tyson?
What? How big of a
Anyway.
knife? Is it a clean knife?
It's a clean knife.
Punch in the face.
It's a clean
Punch
cut.
in
Am
the
I
face.
close to a hospital?
Yes.
Okay.
You will survive it. My point is, you will survive the knife stabbing, or you get punched
It's
in
just
the
like an
face.
in and out like
From
that.
any-
Punched
anything-
in the face by Mike Tyson.
From what I could tell from Hangover, is a punch in the face, I might lose a tooth. It's fine.
Can I wear a mouth guard?
Yes.
Okay.
And he has gloves on.
Yes.
Take the
punch
punch.
the face.
You get punched in the face?
Yeah.
You'd rather get
I'd
stabbed?
rather get stabbed.
'Cause I wouldn't
I think I
remember
would
it.
die.
You little
I think
baby.
he could kill you with one punch.
I think you would. I think he could kill you.
What do you mean?
Well,
You see this chicken
does
neck
that
over
mean?
here?
I mean, I think
I'm probably the strongest guy on the show.
we're gonna find out. Just to set a little tone.
I'm probably the weakest, but I weigh the most, so technically I'm the most massive.
He could,
True.
but he can give you brain damage with one punch. There's no doubt. If he hits you like
That's
in the
what I'm
temple,
saying.
he could
And
kill
what
you.
about-
No, not the temple. Like just
I said
on
in-
the side.
I said anywhere.
So
In the head. He can punch you in the
Not
head.
Neil.
Okay.
So
Anywhere, dude.
will him having sex with you kill you?
No.
Why are you guys going back to that
No.
so much?
Because that's
disgusting.
actually a good one.
I'd rather have sex with
No,
him.
it-
I'd
well,
rather have
the
sex
one I
with Mike
said is a
Tyson
good
than
one.
either of those things.
How is the one I said not a good one?
It's decent.
It is good. It's good.
You just want to talk about having sex with Mike Tyson. You just like,
Yeah, he could. That's where he stopped paying attention to everything we're saying.
So,
I'd probably get punched.
Come on, don't be
Stab.
a baby. Let him punch you.
no, I'm
I wanna
scared.
also
He would
say
kill
I-
you. Let's say he punched you in the
No,
temple.
but you're saying that I survived. You're saying
No,
I
I
could
didn't.
die from Mike
I said-
Tyson. I will definitely survive from the stab.
I promise. Yeah, I guarantee survival from the knife stab.
And then
Yes.
if Mike Tyson,
I looked it up too. Yeah, it's
Oh,
that
that's
Let's
right.
Go Brandon.
Okay.
That's what they're chanting,
Well,
not
I
Brian.
don't get it. Why Brandon?
no,
was
it's
it-
Let's Go Brandon.
What
which
is the
is
point of
fuck
that?
Joe Biden.
Yeah, that's.
It sounds like
Let's
fuck Joe
go,
Biden.
Brandon?
Let's go Brandon.
How does
Let's
that
go Brandon. Fuck
Fuck
Joe
Joe
Brandon.
So,
This is
It's,
the
it's
clip.
after you
I
get
think
fight
the
Mike Tyson.
conservatives
That's
are-
how you talk from then on.
yeah, I believe that. I believe that.
One knockout though. I mean, that could be bad. Yeah, I mean, that could suck.
I believe
People
that.
have died.
But if I got to go in the ring and box him, I would do it. Come on, man.
Why would you do that?
I'd rather and he
Throw-
can only hit me once,
throw
and
one-
once he
Do
hits
you
me,
think
it's
you can
the
make it out of
fight's
one
over.
round? 3-minute round, you think you can make
No,
it out
I'm
of
saying
it?
once he hits me once, it's over. But I get to go in the ring.
Like
and
at
do
least
one
put your
exchange.
glove up, like throw a
Yeah.
jab, and then he just does
Something like
a,
that, yeah.
a right hook. Just
Yeah,
Completely
unfortunately, my jab.
obliterates.
You don't understand my mentality, Will. When I hit
go
someone with
red.
a jab, when I see red, Tyson's going down. Tyson's going down in the first.
Yeah, good
Down
luck.
goes Tyson.
Good luck.
Down
Yeah.
goes Tyson with the upset,
I-
the unknown out of Denver.
Have you guys
Colorado.
ever played Answer the Internet, where it gives you like crazy scenarios and you got to pick one?
No.
You wanna
like what
play
I
it?
just no. Well, sure.
Maybe like a
Let's
couple
do
minutes.
one.
If I can pick it up, you guys take over. But I'm gonna
Okay.
see if I can.
So then, well, one thing I was gonna bring. So I guess with that
QAnon?
Q
You could go
QAnon.
to. You could actually broadcast
QAnon?
it.
Yeah.
What
So
What
Go to
about
the
QAnon?
black circle.
this one.
Yeah, the propeller thing.
So
and then click web browser.
browser here, over here
Yeah, do
first.
it. Okay, so you gotta
Yes.
go back to. No, don't look at our analytics. No, no, they'll see we don't have any fans. Oh God, no.
Will, get out of there, please.
Get out of there,
For
Will.
God's sake!
Go to QAnon.
Here.
They kind of call it QAnon.
Now if I go
Like,
back, it
quality
should,
assurance.
oh, that's awesome. So yeah, this is what I want to bring up. Just how insane this is. That it's gotten to the point where
Click on one of the articles.
they believe
Click the article.
Gizmodo,
Go to Gizmodo,
that they believe that JFK Jr. is gonna come back.
and he's Jesus.
So they
Which JFK? Isn't there?
Which
No,
JFK
no, no,
Jr.?
no, Okay. Why do they call him Junior? I thought he was
because
the-
he's
I
his
can't
son. He
click
died
on
in a plane crash.
yeah, it's
You,
a
you
son-
can't click on it because you're in OBS. You gotta go back to
Oh,
Chrome.
Yeah, smart.
So that's the new thing. JFK Junior is.
So this is it, and I'll explain
The
it.
grassy
and see-
knoll.
They
QAnon
literally
supporters-
go to. Are you just gonna read it or?
No,
Let's
let
talk
Will
about
take
it.
it. Take it.
Let's
Yeah,
talk
talk
about
about it.
So yeah, they go to the grassy knoll, and the whole idea is that JFK Jr. is going to come back and run as Donald Trump's vice president.
Are you saying they're still awaiting JFK Jr.'s return at the grassy knoll?
Yes.
That's
So
understating.
okay. But then
Scroll
no.
down, scroll
And
down.
so
Let's see the
then-
picture.
And
So
he's
then
very
this is the
much
craziest.
dead.
Okay,
He's
so
very
then this
much
is
dead, right?
He's very much he did. Yeah, like you said.
A plane crash.
But then this is the thing. It not only happened once. They're like, oh, you know what? The January 6th, the Rise Against the Machine, that didn't work. But
Rise Against the Machine. That's what they call it.
No. I'm just saying. The whole insurrection.
Yeah.
Like all of that, they're like, it's not this time that they're gonna overthrow the government. It's gonna be next time. So then they not only went to the grassy knoll once, they went again 2 weeks later. It's just.
Oh, they're in Dallas.
Now,
because that's where they got. So these are a bunch of Texans.
So wait. Let me read
Dallas
this for a second.
People stink.
They think he faked his death in the airplane crash.
They think I think what it is they think every celebrity who has died has faked their death, and every celebrity that's alive has been replaced by the elitist group puppeteer.
Oh, so they're like fake people. They're like
everyone that's alive is fake. Exactly.
Oh, and Trump is the king of kings. It's not Jesus anymore.
Nope.
Trump took the crown. They're like, Jesus is the king of kings, but Trump's the king of the king of kings.
I saw a meme the other day of Trump on Instagram of Trump hugging Jesus Christ, and it was like Trump 2024.
I saw a meme of
that's so crazy.
Jesus apologizing, Thanos apologizing to Jesus Christ, and him being like, everyone wants Jesus. Did you send that?
It, yeah.
That was funny. So wait, all
right.
Do you guys think?
Here's a question. Sorry. Go ahead.
Do you guys think QAnon's real? You think JFK Jr. is coming back, or
they proved it that it's a guy the
guy who was running the website, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like him and his dad.
Have you seen him? He looks like a Bilbo Baggins or something.
Really? Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen him. But basically, I think they used like machine learning or something to determine that like how he writes that it wasn't just one person, it was two people, and they basically just tracked it down.
I mean, this sounds like, you remember when they were saying the world was going to end? You remember how many dates there was? It was like 2012.
Oh, that's what they're saying. They keep pushing it back. They're like, no. Yeah. Actually, we read it wrong. He's going to come back on April 1st.
Right. Yeah. But how pathetic does your life have to be to actually like believe in that?
That's what I'm
worried
about.
You have to be more. Like, you're worried about, what do you mean worried about more?
I'm worried about
like their mental health?
Well, the fact that there's so many people whose lives are so pathetic that they're willing to believe insanity like that.
Yeah. People
are desperate, right?
People are desperate.
Oh, so also what I heard on our conspiracy on Reddit, because I like to go onto there, so I see some of this stuff.
Okay.
And it's fun to like see what other people are thinking.
Is?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the new conspiracy is that chickenpox is coming out. Smallpox.
But we're all vaccinated for smallpox, aren't we?
Nope.
I'm pretty sure I got a smallpox vaccine.
It was eradicated, basically, and so then it's like there's going to be a new strain of it that no one... And so then people are on there like, I'm not scared of smallpox at all. Have you seen what smallpox will do to you?
No.
Yeah. I don't think we're gonna show our viewers, but look it up after the show.
Is it too graphic?
No, that's
it's not good, man. It's like for you to say that. I saw that.
It sounds very not intimidating because you're like smallpox. It's not even the big pox. I want
large pox.
I want huge pox. I'll be scared of it then.
Hey, I defeated huge pox. Smallpox ain't nothing.
We'll pull it up and we'll just like.
I got a question. Here's the answer to the internet question. If you could make one movie character...
Yeah, that looks
fun. Okay, get out. My trypophobia.
Oh, God. Smallpox is like the worst thing I've ever seen. That was like leprosy or something.
Oh, it's worse. And then you just die.
I don't know if it's worse than leprosy, but it's pretty bad.
Yeah. Well, leprosy you survive, right? Like that's just like a...
when they had a cure.
Yeah, I don't think leprosy.
I think you start to fall, like body parts fall off.
Yeah, I think it's like your skin.
Really?
It's your skin literally just like deteriorating.
Right, your skin, but I don't know if you're...
Well, your skin's holding a lot of stuff in.
If you could make one character real to date you, one movie character.
To date you?
Yeah, if you could make one movie character real to date you, who would it be?
The Mike Tyson woman who didn't show up for Holyfield. Because that's the greatest woman on earth. She gave us the best moment in boxing history. You're saying like a fictional character?
No, it could be a character in a movie too. They're not real, right?
I'll say Selma Hayek off of Dusk Till Dawn.
Come on.
What a
That
basic answer.
Sucks.
That's just a stupid
That
answer.
sucks.
Do you
It
not
could be
care about
anyone.
personality?
Who?
Do you not care about personality? You freaking.
This is date.
homunculus?
This is date, right? Not this, you would spend
What a typical,
the rest
like-
of your life with them. I don't know. I can't think.
Date one date or like multiple dates?
Come on, whatever you want.
It
To
can
date
turn into
you.
something. So like that's a good example. Like Selma Hayek, she would just date me for one time and then kill me because
she'd
she's a
be like,
vampire.
Oh,
So then
I will kill. No, that I shouldn't do that.
that's not good. But if you pick someone that you think was like a good personality, then maybe those dates turn into, or one date turns into multiple dates, turns into marriage, turns into happiness the rest of your life. Neil, go ahead.
I already know who I want.
let's hear
Who
it.
do you think I want? I think you know it.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do. Goodwill Hunting.
Matt
Oh,
Damon?
Yes.
Robin Williams?
Robin Williams.
Oh, Robin Williams was a hottie.
I
back
like
in the
dad
day.
bods. I'm very into dad bods
Hair?
and beards.
Hair,
and he's
hair,
very
hair.
smart. What is it? What is it? No. What is it when you're into
Homo sapien.
No. When you're into it.
Sapiosexual. You've been on the
Sapiosexual.
dating apps. That's a dating app
Sapio.
word.
Is it?
That's a dating
Oh,
app
yeah.
word.
Yeah, they
There's-
all these girls say they're sapiosexuals. They're not into that. Listen, girls. Listen,
Yeah, exactly. I read
they're
that.
not.
I literally saw a girl and she's like, "I'm a sapiosexual," and one of her pictures was her naked, covered in money. Like, I was like, "You want a smart rich guy? That's what you want. You're a dinero sexual, huh?
I'm
Why
putting that on
can't
the
you
reels.
Mula sexual.
Why
I'm
can't-
putting that on the reels.
why
I'm putting
can't
that on
sh-
the reels. That was a good one.
Why can't she just
Yeah,
be like money and her sexuality?
No. Being on the dating apps, I've realized they're all into looks. They're all into looks. That's all they care about. They could care two shits about
Well, because
personality.
it's-
That is the absolute truth.
because they
If
don't-
you're on the dating app, if you're a girl watching this and you're on the dating app, you know that's true.
If you're
Neil,
a writer,
Neil,
Don't lie.
if
You
you're
can
a
lie to
writer,
me. Don't lie to yourself.
Neil, it's not that. It's like your
and don't lie to Neil either because
Don't lie
I
to
love him
me
and he's my
either.
friend.
Neil, your personality cannot come out through what, like, it can maybe come out through what you put in your bio, but that's not really anything. So I agree that more of it
But I've been
is-
on dates off of it, and I've realized through dating people off of dating apps, I know what they want. I've come to a conclusion.
Why would they?
I have enough data
okay.
to support that.
I
Thank
agree
you.
with you.
Thank you for coming
but
to my
also,
TED Talk.
it's like they matched with you and they went on a date with you. So
Okay, what is that?
I don't know. I'm
They're
just
into
saying.
looks. I'm telling you.
They
I don't
know
know
what
what they
you
want.
look. So then, what are you saying? You look
Of course,
better.
everyone's into looks. Everyone's
Yeah.
into looks. Everyone's
Okay,
into
but it's
looks.
their number
Are
one.
You not
But
into
so
looks?
many. It's just
Is
this.
your number one looks?
This.
Is your number one
But
looks?
no. Yeah,
Oh,
maybe.
okay.
To start.
Yeah,
to start.
okay,
Yeah.
Mother
Oh, so,
Teresa.
so then that sounds
They're
hypocritical.
not,
Is
though.
that not the same exact
But it's
thing?
different.
To start.
There's this stigma, I guess is the word, that so many girls are not into looks. They're into personality.
Well, that's wrong.
Make me laugh.
No,
Make
it's
me
a
laugh.
lie.
You
It's
know
a
what?
lie.
You know how many girls I've made laugh? A bazillion. And I'm single. I made so many freaking girls
Yeah,
laugh.
but that's
It's
because
stupid.
they show up on the date and they go, ah! That's
That's
not.
fucked up. I apologize.
I'm sorry.
Thank
I couldn't resist.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Look, man, it's not. Look, I think this is how I read everything like that. Well, you can tell me if you agree with this, because I think you will 100% agree with this. Every statement you read is, I am looking for a good-looking guy, and I want a guy who makes me laugh. I am looking for a good-looking guy, and
No,
I want a
they
guy
never
who plays
mentioned
sports.
that. They never
but
mentioned
it's a given.
It's subconscious.
It's a given.
So they're on
It's a
Reddit.
given.
So on Reddit, there's our Tinder, and the first two rules of Reddit are be good looking. Second rule, be good looking.
Yes, that's the key. I think
Third
having
rule,
a very
you don't
good
talk
body,
about Fight Club.
having a very good body, being jacked, that definitely helps. But this whole thing, like, oh, I'm looking for a guy to make me laugh and who's smart, like, that's just not what they're looking for.
Well, no, it is what they're looking for,
It's
but you have to
not.
read it as
I have
and
learned-
good looking.
Okay.
And Neil,
It's
I
always
also
and
think
good looking.
But that's the thing is they don't mention that. That's
'Cause they
actually
don't
the
wanna
most
seem
important.
shallow, 'cause
But
they don't wanna
that's the
seem
most
shallow.
important.
Well,
That's
what
it's
would
not
you
for
put?
you?
What would you put? I would put. I want a girl with a nice butt.
But I think girls know that guys are into looks. I think that's very like
Everyone's
common
into
knowledge.
looks. It got-
But no, the stigma that girls are not, because there is like
Okay,
a
what is it,
stereotype.
19?
But then, Neil,
There's a lot of
the
stereotypes.
whole
There's a big
difference.
stereotype
The
out there.
whole
with that.
difference
because
between
for
that.
women, it's not okay to be into looks.
But to me, the whole difference is when you're on a dating app, the odds are forever in their favor. So they have so
Is
much.
that a quote from a movie?
Yeah, that's what is that movie called?
Shoot the bow and arrow.
Right.
Swallow. Hollow bird.
Can someone who's watching this
Swallow
type in-
bird. Something bird.
No, it's not a bird.
It's hummingbird.
No, it's not. Where they gotta
Ladybird.
kill
Hunger
everybody in
Games?
Hunger
Hunger
Games.
Games.
No,
I
no.
haven't even seen the movie, and I could figure out. I literally have never seen it, and I was like, wait
You've
a
never
second.
seen Hunger Games?
No.
Never
So-
seen Hunger Games?
No.
It's not that-
Really
it's-
good.
It's all right.
Very good.
But then it's
one
like-
of them's not good. I think the second one's not good.
I
I'm
don't
a
remember.
huge
First and the
Donald
third.
Sutherland fan.
But then
though.
the whole
huge Donald
thing-
Sutherland fan.
The whole
He's
thing.
not really in it that much.
The whole
Oh,
thing.
Fuck.
The whole thing is that.
that was a huge overreaction to that.
Okay, the whole thing is what? Go back to the cinnamon thing.
The whole thing is that when the odds are so good all the time, it's like then they can be picky. Like there was this thing, and it's gonna sound misogynistic because it was, and I kind of felt the same. I was a little bit more misogynistic in college, but there's a thing at Mines called RIBS, ratio-induced bitch syndrome. So it's like the ratio
sure.
is so good that then the girls can just act however they want.
But that's everyone.
that's
That's,
a- but
like
no,
Stanford
at
prison
Mines-
experiment. Like if you had the power.
Yeah.
If
But-
you had a million.
Yeah.
That's how. Well, I don't want to talk about that, but there's a certain situation where I'm getting a lot of attention online.
At
And I'm
Mines,
just like, give me money.
Yeah.
at Mines, that's a real thing though, because it's like a 10-to-1, 15-to-1 ratio.
So every guy's
Seriously.
like, you might be the love of my life. And she's like, I've heard that 4 times on
Yeah.
the walk to first period.
Yeah, right. They
4
get a lot
times.
of attention.
First period. That's not
And that's in person, so no wonder that goes to your head. Like I could see online when you're swiping, you're like, meh, 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 meh. But if it's in person, guys come out like that takes a lot of balls to go up to like a stranger or some girl and be like,
Yeah.
oh, I like you.
But it also is a scary situation for women, I think.
Oh yeah, for sure. They are
When some
definitely
weird
can be.
pimple-faced Colorado math major, you know what I mean, comes up to you and is like, I've been watching you every morning. And she's just like, oh, God, not
Right,
again.
right. They don't really know how to talk to girls and stuff like that.
Yeah, and like also,
I
exactly.
went out.
You gotta stalk them
golf-
for weeks and just like kind of casually bump
You gotta
into them.
stay-
No, I'm just
You're like,
kidding.
wow, we like the same thing. You play tennis. Let's get on the court.
Yeah.
You sleep with a mouth guard in, I sleep with a mouth guard in, because we all know. Anyway.
That's a funny joke.
We went out. Will and I went out. This was 10 years ago. We went out to Golden, and he told me don't do it. He told me don't do it.
Attaboy, Colby. Colby's on. Woo!
What up, Kobe?
Engineering school is basically
Advanced micro devices, brother.
Kobe said engineering school is basically the Stanford prison experiment.
That's so true. That is
Were you
very
a
true.
guard, Colby? Were you a guard or a prisoner? That's the real question here.
Okay.
Will and
Wait,
guard.
I have a story real quick for my boy Colby. Colby was a motherfucker. He wasn't the guard. He was the prison warden. This motherfucker. So this is the most. This is actually like some of my favorite memories of mine. Was so there. Everyone shows up, and usually like you were the top of your school, right? Mm-hmm. So everyone is very good. They're coming in. Colby was valedictorian. I was one of the salutatorians, but it was like this small podunk school.
He was valedictorian. You were honorable mentiontorian.
Exactly. Yeah. So, but then it's like, okay, cool, whatever. So then you get to school, and then basically everyone's in that boat. Everyone had high grades. They come in, blah 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 blah. So
it's like it's literally like prison. You're like the most badass guy in your
You
neighborhood,
think,
and you all
exactly.
get into prison
You
and
come
you like
in,
look at each other.
and
like,
then you start, you start to you go into prison, and you're like, wait,
Yeah.
I'm not that hard.
yeah, I'm
And
not
so-
that guy, pal. I'm not that
Well,
guy.
no,
that
it's
guy,
the
pal.
opposite. You
Not that guy,
realize
pal.
you're like, I can't hang with these people. Like, that's how I was. I was like, I flunked. I got
Hey,
D's. I got 2 D's.
These nuts.
Got him.
2 D's freshman year. But so the whole thing was like Colby and I were both in honor roll calculus 2.
Okay.
So we go to class.
You could have just said calculus too. That was a little.
No,
bit
it was
flex.
honors. It was.
Oh, I know. You
Calc
didn't need
2
to say
honors.
it, but
No,
that's
it
fine.
was important because we tested out of it.
Oh.
So I mean, I was.
Okay.
So we
Counts honors.
we go to the classes. I'm sitting right next to him. We're doing the homework. We get the stuff. I go home. So we're Colby and I share the same room too. So we're sitting in there. and Colby starts working on it. I'm still working on 1. I look over. He's on number 4. I'm like, huh, okay. So then I'm like, the pressure starts to come in a little bit more. I'm still working on number 1. He finishes. I'm like, huh, okay. So then I'm sitting there, and then I was maybe getting through like 1 or 2 questions. I'm like, I don't understand this at all. And instead of being like
Zach Galifianakis, there's like numbers flying around his head.
So instead of just being like, hey Colby, could you help me? I kind of took the cheesy or cheater easy way. Well, I mean, I asked a little bit and he helped me a little bit, but more of what that turned into was me copying his answers.
Yeah, you're just like
yeah.
Hey,
so
if
then
you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
and so what I
That's
ended up
a fact.
doing was so then it gets to the test.
You got to cheat on the test, idiot.
So then, but then it was 2 things. It was 1 in in high school. It was, this is the homework. The test is going to be the same questions with the numbers switched out.
Yeah.
So I get to college
Welcome
and
to
it
Durango.
was exactly. And so
I
then
know.
what happens is, oh no, this is the homework. We're going to give you something you've never seen before, and I just got my ass handed to me. So okay, the law. So that's basically the background.
Yeah.
But
So
then
why was he
the
the
one
prison
part,
warden?
this is
Yeah,
the prison
exactly.
warden. The prison warden was, we all took, every freshman coming in has to take physics. And so there was an online message board that people could be like, I don't really know how to do this, what to do. So
Colby just ran the message board.
This is the Colby would go on and like people would be like, just give a quick this, not even explanation, just like the formula and how to solve it. Colby would go on and post like a dissertation of the background behind why, the theory behind even just like the equation came from, and then all the stuff. And so he'd lay out this entire thing, and then he would sign it Zephyr at the end, and then he'd always put a haiku at the end. And so, and they were like the craziest haikus ever. And so then
this is like the plot of an anime show.
Dude,
Who is Zephyr?
He was Z or what off
Q.
of Q off of
Death Note.
Death
It
Note.
doesn't show who the person is.
No,
that
it
responded?
doesn't say.
It doesn't say your
So
name.
you'd have to sign your, because it's all anonymous. So then that was like the talk freshman year was, who is this Zephyr? So everyone was like, what is this? Like,
And he'd show up to class in a cape and a top hat and a rose in his mouth, and you're just like, I don't know who Zephyr is.
So then this is the crazy part. So right, it gets to the point where he's posting on almost every single post this huge explanation. People love him, but no one knows.
People
who he
are
is.
like, "Where's Zephyr with the answers?
Then
Give
some
us Zephyr." You know what this
motherfucking
reminds me of?
copycats.
You know what this reminds me of?
What?
QAnon. This is QAnon.
Yeah, they're like, give us the answer.
This is QAnon.
No, this is crypto. Santoshi
No.
Nakamoto or whatever.
Nakamura, but
Nakamura, whatever.
no, but this is QAnon because there's copycats now, like you're
Yeah,
saying, and
yeah.
there's like, oh,
So
JFK. Then he starts posting, JFK is going to be coming back alive soon. Zephyr.
And everyone's like, oh shit.
Zephyr. Roses are red, violets are blue.
But then there was some people that were posting that were not the real Zephyr. We knew it. And so then we did this whole thing where they're posting, and they were posting like these shitty haikus.
They
too.
would
We're
post
like,
Zephyr,
come
but it
on.
was with an
Come
S.
on.
It was with an S.
So what we did
Zephyr.
was we made a video of Colby's face with. So he was sitting against the wall. We got the shadow right so that it was just his silhouette on the wall.
Yeah.
And then he starts saying, I swear to God, I think Colby deleted it, and I'm so pissed at you for doing that. Yes. So it goes. So
Kanye,
we're
what?
playing. It's amazing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
So he's like, I have a room full of 18-year-old boys that can shoot a spit, or like calculate the distance to shoot a spit wad a quarter mile, and if you ever try and post as a fake Zephyr, we'll come for you. And so it's like, and how do I know this? And I was a cameraman. I zoom in, and he's like, because I am the real Zephyr, and then we just
Did you
fade
show
out.
his face or the
The
silhouette?
silhouette.
Oh, the
I zoomed into the silhouette, and then we just fade out to "It's amazing."
Where'd you
So
guys
wait.
post it to?
So how did you?
It's on
not-
YouTube, and so then we ended up posting it to the physics thing, and people lost their shit.
Really?
So wait. So how is it that you didn't do well first semester? He's fucking making videos. He should be. Meanwhile,
Test tomorrow.
Colby
Colby is a Zephyr, knows all the answers.
Colby's
Will's
amazing.
failing out.
Will's like, we gotta make a video. You gotta post again, bro. Maybe you should be studying your engineering textbooks. How about that? You ever thought of that? It got over 1,000 views. That's
Yeah.
more than like every
Did
episode
you guys
of the
dub?
podcast combined.
Did you guys dub his voice at all?
No.
So
The
they know.
thing is-
So they must have known who he
the
was.
thing
No,
is-
because, I mean, it's a
Zephyr.
big school, so then it was then there was
Not
like
the physics class. It was all one physics class,
yeah,
right?
but then that's the
How many
all
people
freshmen.
in the physics class?
1,000.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
1,000 people are in
Yeah.
the physics
I
class.
can't wait
Yeah.
until someone
Man,
sees
fuck
this and they're
school
like, "He's Zephyr." I finally know.
Maybe
It was yeah, that was the best.
Some guy who works at Lockheed Martin's just like, Zephyr got me this job. I looked at an old Zephyr post from freshman year.
Zephyr, I owe you my life.
Every post started. The thing about Euclid was that he invented geometry. You know what I mean?
I wish I would have documented the haikus were so good too.
Dude,
Colby, you gotta hit us with a haiku in the chat and we'll read it out.
Give
You,
us one-
you gotta hit us with a haiku
give us
in
something
the chat,
that the
baby.
Zephyr would do. No, don't call him that. Call him the Zephyr.
Sorry,
Don't-
hey, I'm not
Mr. Zephyr.
Mr.
Z.
Senor Zephyr. Mr. Z. Mr. Zephyr, would you hit us with a haiku in the
Just
chat,
one
please?
haiku. While he's doing that, it's 40 minutes in and we haven't done our first segment.
We haven't done anything.
We
This
haven't
is our
done
first
food,
segment.
family, food. Sorry.
Oh, boo.
You don't have anything?
No, I don't have anything.
I have some fortune. And
We
I've
can
been
have
hot
a film
lately.
and fortune.
Film and fortune. Film, go ahead. Start us off.
You go ahead.
You want me to start off?
He's got nothing.
I
Hold
got
on,
something to
you
say
want
about
more-
the
you want
fortune
some more,
segment.
We want some more Whisco? Yeah. I'm gonna grab a little more.
I got a quick soapbox to go on with this fortune segment.
Here, I'm gonna tune out while Neil talks about stocks for 5 minutes.
Even if you don't like our content, if you're watch the show, you're
I know,
making
they
money.
kinda freaked out.
Okay, this fortune segment is making people money.
And if
the
you-
first time what?
And if you don't like movies, you're watching good entertainment.
Okay, okay. I don't know how that added to anything, but the first time I gave out my fortune, I went 1 and 2 on the picks I gave for you for the sports picks.
Talk to me.
The next 2 times I gave you 1 and 0, 1 and 0. I'm last 2 I've been correct, and I gave you a stock. Advanced Micro Devices was $115 when I gave it.
Say Andy.
No, I'll say what I want. This is my segment.
Advanced micro devices.
Now it is $150. It's close to $150. That's like a 30% increase. Okay, you're welcome. So it pays to watch. It pays to watch the show. I've got another great fortune for you guys today.
Talk to me. Or talk to the camera.
Okay, whatever. You want? This is my part. Your film. Get out
Okay,
of
well,
here.
I'll talk to you
So-
whenever.
Let me give you my fortune. I got a great stock for you all today. It's called Penn.
It's called
National
Microsoft. It's called
Gaming.
Apple.
It's called Pen 15.
Oh, that's a
I've
great
got
show.
2 idiots here with me today.
Sorry for interrupting.
Penn. You've only done 5 times in this segment. Penn National Gaming. PENN. They
Barstool
own
Sports.
casinos. Are you fucking serious? 6 times. You're suspended. You're not doing your film segment.
They do own Barstool Sports, though.
They do own 49% of Barstool Sports.
Who owns the 51?
Barstool Sports does. So, what we got is Penn National Gaming. They own casinos all over the country.
Fire in the chat.
They now have online betting. They now have online betting throughout in 10 different states where they have a sports book, and it's called the Barstool Sports Book. So what they've done is they've purchased Barstool, a media company, to do all their advertising. While all these other companies, MGM, FanDuel, DraftKings, they're paying millions and millions of dollars for marketing. Penn has bought Barstool that's doing their marketing for them. The Barstool Sportsbook. So while MGM, FanDuel, and DraftKings are fighting for position as far as marketing goes and trying to get people to be on their sportsbook, Penn has people from Barstool already on there. They're not paying.
Wow.
They're if you look at their balance sheet, they're the only profitable online sports betting company in the United States, MGM, DraftKings, FanDuel, they're all in major debt because they have to pay for marketing. It was a brilliant buy by Penn to buy Barstool. Penn was $135 at one point. The stock is now $51. And
What the heck?
The big reason for this is because Dave Portnoy, the owner of Barstool Sports, was found to have some sexual misconduct, which has hit the stock.
Wow. What a surprise.
Jeff Bezos has some sexual misconduct too, but he pays everybody to keep it under wraps. Amazon's
my
still going
God.
up. I'm telling you, it's
What?
not a fundamental reason. Excuse me. It's not a fundamental reason for the stock to go down.
Don't
okay?
just do
The
not
stock
glaze
is
over
cheap.
that. Don't excuse me.
What does that have to do with how Penn is operating
You're telling
and their
me
sports book?
Dave
They're in-
Portnoy, the trashiest, sleaziest man.
No, absolutely not. Not even close.
In fight promotion.
Not really.
Oh,
So
who gets people
at
who
the
are
end of the
missing
day-
teeth to fight each other in West Virginia.
At the end of the day, Penn is a great buy at this price. Could it go lower
He's like,
before it
yeah,
goes up?
Dave
Sure.
Portnoy. Oh, yeah, you know, these girls, they come over.
I just
yeah.
keep getting interrupted in my own segment. And again, this is how you make money.
Your own
Watch the
monologue,
show.
you mean? So you're saying buy Penn stock.
Buy Penn stock. It could go lower before it goes higher because of the overall market. I feel the overall market is kind of steamed up quite a bit. But in the long term, if you're
Are you
playing the
saying
long
it's- are you saying
game,
it's frothy?
Penn is a great. I think the whole stock market is frothy.
You saying
Penn
it's
is a
frothy?
great buy at these levels. Take a gander
Are
at
you
it.
saying it's
Good luck.
bubbling?
Take a gander at it. Good luck.
Penn
Also,
what?
I got a
What's
quick
the ticker?
PENN Penn.
Okay.
Damn it.
The also the
Neil,
other
I'll
last
start
the last
buying. How about
thing-
this, Neil? I'm going to make a commitment to you right now.
What?
Every single week,
Uh-huh.
I'll stop hitting your shoulder.
Okay.
After I say this,
Penn is a great
every
buy.
single week, I will put $100 into whatever stock you...
Penn, the Monday, do it. You will thank me later. I promise you. It's not going to go. It's not. Eventually, it's going to be higher than what
You
it
know
is
what, Neil?
now.
I'll put in $200.
Penn.
right, I
Also,
have a movie.
also,
Are you done?
also, no.
Come on.
One quick betting one too.
Jesus.
Hey, you want? I'm trying to get the people paid. This is not just for me. When I eat, we all eat. This is for the riders.
Intel to the moon. Colby in the
This is
chat.
for all the who invited will. Also,
baby.
Intel is not a good. Okay, whatever. Anyway, Nvidia and AMD are much better buys than Intel.
We
Intel
already
is a
discussed
basic
this.
bro
Okay, we
buy.
already discussed this last
Basic
week. Go
bro.
ahead.
Wow,
Basic
look, the
bros.
viewers just went
Exactly.
down after you said
Yeah.
it.
Because everyone's interrupted me in my segment.
Okay, can
the
you-
last
'cause
thing,
it's so fucking
if you
long and
wanna,
stupid.
because I keep getting interrupted because you both are stupid.
Hey, guys,
So-
nobody's stupid, okay? Can we just calm down and listen to Neil's betting advice, okay?
Okay,
Boy,
last
please.
one. If you want to make a sports bet, Georgia to win the college football national championship, minus 130 right now. They're definitely going to be in the championship. There's absolutely no doubt. They're going to be heavy favorites. There's
Georgia?
going to be heavy favorites. UGA, Georgia Bulldogs to win the national championship is still a good future bet to make. Look at it. Go for it. Good luck to everybody. That's all I got.
Hey,
Best
Mr.
of luck.
Mizra's getting you burning in the
Whatever.
chats.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Mr. Miserable coming with the heat.
Bitcoin's a roller coaster.
Crypto!
Oh, I said miserable like you. It's
William,
Misrael.
William, what film do you have for the people?
Okay, do you want a weird film or...
No, anything you recommend. bro.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to recommend The Holy Mountain. This is
What
a
the hell is
movie
that?
back in the 70s. It's very long. It's very experimental, a lot more
Is
visual.
it avant-garde?
Avant-garde is a good word.
What does that mean?
It means at the guard. No, I don't know. I think it means like at the forefront of
It's
like culture. It's like edgy.
Oh, a
It's like
cultural
at the-
change.
or it's like on the fringe, like at the very
Like
out
the
there,
Wizard of
pushing
Oz was like the
boundaries.
first color picture. Would that be avant-garde?
kind of.
Like-
but it's like edgy. It's like no,
like a
what-
State Martin Scorsese film?
No, so it's like it's like pushing boundaries of
at
traditional.
the fringe.
Yeah.
Oh, like the first, like it'd be like the first movie to show like nudity would be like
No,
avant-garde.
avant-garde would be more like
I mean, then what is it?
conceptual. It's
That's what it's artsy movie. I would say an artsy
It's like
movie.
on the edge. It's like something on the edge of what's like being done or even
Okay.
understandable.
Fair enough.
It's like
Oh.
weird.
70s
Weird.
movie
Yeah.
called Holy Mountain.
The
I
Holy
said
Mountain.
the word earlier and I forgot.
Holy
it.
Mountain.
So, but then, can I describe it or
Yeah.
no?
What are you looking at?
Neil?
This 80% crash
Oh.
prediction is just ridiculous. Okay, go ahead.
So it's kind of like a whole kind of religious experience. It like it kind of mirrors Christianity, but then it goes into this other. I don't know. It was a really profound movie the first time I watched it, and I'll need to actually go back to visit it.
How do you get access to it?
I found
Google.com.
Movie Orca.
Okay, let's not go. Okay, let's not go. Movies2watch.com. Let's not.
Movies 1, 2, 3.
Movie Orca?
Put Locker.
Is that the illegal way of watching a movie?
No, it's not. Hey.
We get pulled down.
Hey, I mean, well, I don't want to talk about illegal stuff, man. All I
We
do
started
is
it.
I buy every subscription to every streaming service that I use because I'm a goddamn red-blooded American.
Trump
Thanks,
2024.
So I don't know.
2024.
I would recommend
You're
it.
right,
I
okay.
thought it was cool.
Okay,
So
fair
there
enough.
we go.
Great.
At least, yeah.
Okay, no, come on. What did you like about it? What did you
No,
like about
I don't
it?
want to get into it.
You want to leave it for the people.
I'll leave
the
it for
Holy
the
Mountain.
people.
It's the weekend. This weekend, take a gander at it. You
It's
said it's
the-
long. How long is it?
It's the
I
weekend.
don't know. I'll have to look it up.
Okay.
Like the singer.
Did you wanna? Do you
I'll
wanna
do
talk
a food.
about
I'll
work?
do a food.
Oh, you want to do
quick
a food?
one, a quickie.
Quick, because we haven't talked about the work stories.
One time. One
Oh,
time.
2 hours long, not that long.
Okay.
One time, my first job was at Panera.
Are we talking work stories?
Yeah.
Oh, so wait, how do we
Yeah.
transition into it?
Let's just. So I'll just tell the story. With the
Jay has a story
We're
about his
talking
work
about horror
experience.
They
story,
get it.
work
They get
stories.
it. They get it.
Okay.
They get it, Neil.
Okay. Sorry.
Neil, they get it.
Sorry.
Neil,
What is it?
they get it.
You making the joke again at the same time?
Neil, they get it. So no, my first job was at Panera Bread when I was 16. And first of all, like, they paid me less than like everyone. I don't really know why. The guy was like, I can't pay you
Racist.
I can't pay you $6.50, but I can do $6. So it was $6 an hour. That is so low in 2021 money.
That's the
That's
yeah.
But
essentially
this wasn't
$3.
2021.
No, this was
Is he working at Panera now?
2003.
I know, but he's saying it's so low for
It was
2021.
2003.
20 3. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
So no.
But no.
So basically,
Oh, I know.
like,
Probably
I
like
just
$10 now.
I just
Yeah.
feel so. I was like 15 or I was like 16. So so you know, when you're working at restaurants, you're always around food, so you're hungry. 16-year-old kid,
You can't even buy.
but
a
you're not
meal.
allowed to fucking eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had this manager. His name was, it rhymes with sorbet. Let's put it that way. I don't want to say his name. Who knows? And so sorbet.
Man,
You
I don't
know,
know a lot of names. that
He was
rhyme
like an
with
assistant
sorbet.
manager or something. So, you know, basically they would do this. They would take
Corbin
a bake
Dallas?
rack. They would take like a bakery rack of like, you know, you put a bunch of baking trays on like a rack and cook bacon. And they would just leave the bacon out. This is back in my pork eating days, you know, my
Okay.
youth. So I remember I took 2 slices of bacon. And like I kind of looked around and grabbed 2 slices and like walked into the fridge, the walk-in, because you go in the walk-in and you
Right,
you
right,
grab
right.
something in a tray.
That's a
and you go
good
in the-
move. The walk-in is always the play.
Exactly. So I go in the walk-in. I have the bacon, and I'm just like munching it, looking for whatever. And I turn, and my assistant manager is standing in the doorway. Like he followed me in, and he goes, "I trusted you." And I'm just like,
Were you even?
I trusted you.
Piece of bacon? Come on.
Were you? High?
And I was
Come on, sorbet.
high.
Yeah.
No, I
16.
didn't smoke weed when I was
He's
16.
16,
Yeah.
bro.
No, I wasn't high. I was just
You're just
hungry.
hungry,
I was
yeah.
just a growing boy.
Yeah.
No, I
And he
think it's
goes,
fair,
I
you
trusted
know.
you. And he goes, I've gone to bat for you here, and this is how you repay me.
Are you serious? Oh my
It was
god.
something. And I'm
What
just
a
like,
guilt trip.
And I'm
What
just
a
like,
guilt trip.
How old is it? How old is the guy?
I don't
do
know,
you
like
think?
early to mid 20s or something. You
Okay,
know, he's
yeah.
just, or maybe mid 20s. I mean, he had a mustache and he was bald, so he must have been, I don't know, he could have been in his 30s. Who knows?
40.
not yet.
I
but
trusted
close.
you, Mizra.
He goes, I trusted you. And I was like, what? Like he looked at, and then I go out, and he walks, he like storms out of the walk-in, and I'm just like, well, I guess I'll find my like giant jar of ranch dressing or whatever I'm looking for in the freezer. So I walk out, and Steve, of course, Steve, you know,
That
was
doesn't
the-
rhyme
was
with
the manager.
I
sorbet.
hate Steve.
and I walk out, and Sorbet and
Oh,
Sorbet.
okay.
Sorbet
Damn.
and Steve
We'll block that out.
are standing there. We know that's live now.
Okay.
All right, that's the.
We can edit it.
So Sorbet and I, oh, that's true, we can. So he was standing there with Steve, and Steve just does this. He looks at me,
Yeah.
And then he just goes back to his conversation with Sorbet. And I was like he looked at me to intimidate
Oh,
me,
did
like
Sorbet
he's
tell
about
him?
to fire me. Of course, because he looks at me and they stare at me and he goes,
They both did, or just him?
just him. He goes, he just
How old
stared.
was he?
That's what we just said.
Probably 30s
No,
or something.
not Sorbet.
Probably
Oh.
30s. And so, but now that I look back on that, I'm like, that wasn't okay. I'm just like a 16-year-old kid. And these people are like psychologically terrorizing me about eating 2 slices of bacon. No one gives a shit about 2 slices of
They
bacon.
could have been messing with you, and you don't even know it to
No.
this
No,
day.
they were total, because no one cares about eating
No.
2 slices
Yeah.
of bacon. They
But-
probably ate half the tray themselves.
But maybe they knew you were young and naive, and like, we're gonna mess with this kid.
Exactly. No, they
Oh,
wanted to
that's-
fire
I
me.
have a good one
One
for
time
that
the
then.
general manager came to me and he goes, I wanted to fire you, but your mom is friends with the regional manager. So she told me I can't. And I was like, just like, what am I supposed to
He's
do?
lying. There's no way.
No, he hated me.
Dude, to
He
fire
was
somebody
crazy.
because then you gotta
Yeah.
rehire somebody
His
at a
name
job
ri-
like
his
that.
name
It's
ri-
hard to find
A
workers.
job like that?
Dude,
What
this
do you mean?
isn't this
What do
isn't
you mean?
senior software developer at
exactly.
Cloverground. This is literally
But to find good, he was probably a
chopping
good
bagels in
worker.
a slicer.
They were trying to fire him.
But they weren't.
No,
That's
they
what
were.
my
They didn't
point
like
is.
me. They didn't like me.
I
You're
think.
were you a dickhead? Were you? I could see it. I could
No,
see
but
it.
also
I
I
could see it.
Listen, guys, if you
16-year-old
want
Jay-
tips,
Bro, what would you feel like
I eat
if
Yui.
you were a manager at a Panera Bread in your 30s and you saw some kid who was smart and fucking in school and like had the whole world
Yeah.
ahead of him? Wouldn't you hate that guy? I didn't
Yes.
intentionally try to fuck with people, but I definitely came in there just like, hey, what's
sharp
up?
and
Yeah,
witty,
exactly.
and then like the guy says something, you
Yeah.
make a joke, everyone laughs, and then he's
Right,
like,
exactly.
"Oh fuck! Well, why aren't they laughing at my jokes?" And
that
it's just,
job
like,
was, before you tell your
insecurity.
story, that was the first time I ever met a Republican in my life. Like an actual Republican.
Which
when I
one was it,
16.
Steve or Sorbet?
No, it was some guy, and he was probably like an incel type. Like he was like,
How do you know he's a
was like-
Republican?
well, I'll tell you. Because he was bald
Oh, I'll
and he
tell you.
had red hair on the sides and like kind of a mustachy goatee
That
thing.
makes him a
and he was
Republican?
fat. No, and so I'm just trying to paint the picture. He was like this
Okay.
kind of like angry, like redhead guy. And I remember like him and the general manager were talking about taxes. He's like, the government.
Taxes?
He was like, the government has no right to ever take money from you. That's my money. I earned it. And I was like, well, what about like all the stuff you use? Even at 16, I was like liberal, and I was like, what about like the fire department and post? He's like, no, that's my money. And I was like, oh my god, he's a moron. Like I was like, he doesn't understand what taxes are.
Maybe
for.
he was a libertarian.
And then the general manager, who's like George, is very buttoned up guy, goes, he's actually right about everything, you know. And then I was like, all right.
I'm surrounded.
I guess we're talking
But
politics.
I didn't understand that. I didn't know there were Republicans until I was like 16 years
That's
old.
crazy.
Wow.
I like honestly didn't know people didn't think taxes were cool. I'm like, well, we pay these taxes so we all have a good society and we just like contribute to the pot. And then the guy was like, no.
Did you?
I was like, oh my god. Anyway.
When you were a kid, did you ever work in a restaurant?
Never. I couldn't get hired.
You couldn't get hired.
Okay, so I'll go. So my quick synopsis
Yeah, yeah,
of
let's
my
hear your
thing. So I was applying to jobs in high school. So I have two stories. One was I was applying to jobs in high school and I couldn't find anything. I applied to like be a waiter at this place, and I guess it was like one of the more. It was a bigger, more popular place in town, and they're just like, oh, if you don't have waiting experiences, we're not going to hire you.
Right.
So I don't know.
We'll try to go straight to the waiter top of the food chain. It's not
Yeah,
how it works.
well, I mean,
what a shocker. We'll try to cut
Top
the
of the
system.
food
How am
chain,
I
it's
supposed
like-
to know that though? Like, same thing. I'm naive. I don't know. I'm like, oh, there's a position for a waiter. That seems like
No,
a high
he saw
school
the
job.
money. He was like $20 an hour.
That's what waiters
I'm going
get.
in.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
yeah, like
They do.
So,
and no hourly
my
wage.
other
On a good
my
place.
other two things are one. So then that summer I worked construction for my dad's construction company.
Okay.
And I remember being alone on the job site. So, two stories then.
You said that
I
already.
know 3 stories then.
Oh
Sorry.
my God.
They're going to be really quick. So the first one is I'm alone on this job site. No one else is there. And I'm down like when you do these retaining walls, there's some like there's a piece of metal that you put through it to hold the Simon's forms together so that it
My eyes are glazing over like,
yeah, I know.
I
okay.
understand.
So, anyways, I was doing something when everyone
I
else
know
was
what you're
off
talking
location.
about.
Yeah.
Bing, bing, bing.
do.
I go. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, this guy comes up and he's like, "Hey, you! What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh," because I didn't know him. I've never seen this guy before. I'm just hitting, and he's like, "You don't have a hard hat on." what the fuck are you doing down here in this hole? No hard hat on. You see that bucket? Go put that bucket on your head. I'm like, oh, okay. I went over, grabbed the bucket. I'm like,
did not.
I swear to God. I'm like, and then he's like, oh, I'm fucking with you, man. Like, I work with your dad. Everything's good. I just want.
He's like, hey, you're a cool guy.
Yeah.
And he walks away.
But so like, and that's a whole thing with like, if you don't know what's going on, that happens in the oil field all the time. They go like, go find the bucket of AIR.
Air.
Whoa, yeah,
but
I
don't
don't
know.
Will's like, yeah, but tell me that 3 hours later.
Or they tell you go ask the company man for the key to the V door, and the V door is like this sliding ramp, and you don't know what the V door is, and you go ask the company man, can I have the key? And it's just, and they're like, get out of my office.
Yeah.
Well,
So
why is it funny?
Well, because it's like
the V door, you think it's
just
a door.
ramp.
It's just a ramp that's wide open. There's not a door.
Oh, it's a joke on the word door?
Yeah.
Man, being construction
It's called the
must
V
suck.
door.
I'm so
That's
glad I'm a
oil and
software
gas.
developer.
That's
So-
oil and
so
gas.
then-
That's rig life. That's rig.
It's just
Oil rig.
Okay,
anything.
don't rig me.
What?
No, that's the thing.
But we gonna fuck with Jay. Like, hey, Jay, go get the key to the V door.
Exactly.
You're the
I'd be
new
like,
guy.
okay, guys,
Yeah,
I'll be
I
right
did
back.
it.
Because
I
they're trying
did
to
it. The guy was
impress
like, get the
people.
fuck out of my office.
Yeah,
That's
and
literally
then
what
they're
he told
you're trying to impress people, and you don't know, so you're like, okay, well, I'm gonna go find, and like your like brain
like joining a
doesn't
fraternity.
think. Yeah,
You just get hazed. Mercilessly hazed.
so
Put
like
a bucket on your head. Give me the key to the thing that doesn't exist.
Ooh,
that happened,
fraternities.
and then the other story in construction was I had to sit outside and literally watch concrete dry because it was near a homeless shelter, and so they were worried that people were gonna come like put their name in the thing. So I'm sitting there, a group of like missionaries show up, and they're like all my age. They go in
And they're like, have you heard the good news, young man?
Well, wait for it. Just wait for it, Jay. So we go in. They go inside. I'm just sitting on this bucket outside,
Watching concrete
dry. Homeless guy comes up. I'm like kind of passing out. Look up, see him like bending over, writing something. I'm like, hey, no, stop. So he ends up stopping. Turns out the dude's name is Will. So it's funny because they're like Will carved into it, and I was the guy.
He wrote his name?
Yeah, and it was Will.
His full name. You didn't stop him in time.
No, he got like a W and an I. And so I was able to like pave it out, so it was
He was
fine.
probably writing, will you give me drugs? No, I'm just kidding.
So I'm sitting there, and all of the like the summer people that are my age.
Summer people?
I don't know what they
Missionaries.
missionaries.
Okay. Why would you call them summer?
Well, because it was over the summer, so like they were doing it as part of like a summer trip.
Oh, okay, I get it.
So I see them like in a huddle talking, and then they keep looking over at me, and then they come up to me and like, hey, little guy.
They said little guy?
Hey, big guy.
They said big
no,
guy?
I don't know what they're like. Basically, this was like how it felt. They're like, hey, big guy, are you hungry? Do you want to come in and get some food with us? I'm like, no, guys. I'm working here actually. Like, I'm not homeless.
I own this concrete myself.
So it was a funny misunderstanding, and I felt horrible. I'm like, Jesus, do I look that sad and lonely and
Yeah.
I mean,
beat up?
You were
that-
falling asleep.
But
in the middle of the
wait,
day.
did
I wasn't.
anyone ever find the will and go like, why the fuck?
No,
would you?
I was able to. So I had a trowel, so I was able to scrape it out. Yeah,
Yeah, you hit the V door and you just
hit the V door and
Yeah.
splish
That
splash.
key to the V door.
So wait, what's story number 3?
I'm not gonna say it. It's fine.
All right.
We
You
can
don't wanna say
move
it?
on. Go ahead, Neil.
I would
Yeah,
say
Every
my.
time
I
I get
have
up,
one
every
quick
time I
story.
stand up, this shocks me in the ear so hard. It's the 3rd time that's happened.
Oh,
already.
electrical hazard. The
Oh, really?
I just
Should
got
we
a
fix
quick.
them?
I got a quick story, and it's funny because I also worked in the restaurant industry. That was the first job I ever had, and I worked at a place called Johnny Rockets.
Is
There's
it the
not a
burger
lot.
place?
It's a burger place. It's typically in malls.
God.
You gotta dress up like 70s like milkmen. You're in like whole white attire. There's
Hate to
dancing.
see it.
There's dancing that's involved. And being a Johnny Rockets
there's a paper towel
waiter
right there.
in Texas anyway, we would get $2.20 an hour,
Shakes.
and then you got all your tips. But working in a mall, you're not going to get a lot of tips. But I was a kid, I didn't know any better. So at Johnny Rockets, I'd go in there, and the thing is, it was my first waiting job, and the thing I learned quickly is that the structure of that company is totally effed up. The waiters, they have to drop
I'm like,
fries.
Mr. Rocket.
They have to drop chicken tenders. You have to do cheese fries, chili cheese fries, onion rings. You have to do shakes. You have to bust your own tables. You have to get their own drinks. You're doing everything except making burgers. You're literally doing... Did you guys hear that?
Yeah, you have to
Think
shakes,
of a waiter that
burgers,
does everything
I had 3. I feel
except
bad.
burgers. When you were a waiter, did you have to
drink
do
this.
everything? Did you have to bust tables? Did you have to drop fries? Did
Bro,
you have
I've
to
worked
serve
in-
them?
When I started my current job,
It's impossible.
I told my boss, I said, I've worked in 14 food and beverage establishments. He goes, that sounds terrible. Don't ever tell anyone that.
Okay.
Especially not a customer.
Well, I'll
And I was
tell-
like,
The way that Giant Rockets is set up, it's impossible. If you have like 3 tables, it's impossible to get to them in time, to get their food out to them in time. When you have to make
3
shakes.
tables?
Bro, did you hear what I said? You have to
It's
bust the
shakes,
tables. You have to
fries.
sit them. You
Oh,
have to get drinks.
where, dude? Do you know how many fucking tables you have to handle?
No, no.
Bro,
Okay.
you don't have to get them food, idiot. You don't have to make food for them. You have
I've
to bust
done
their
everything
tables.
in the restaurant.
You didn't do
deal.
shit.
I've
No.
made food.
You didn't do
I
shit.
agree with
I
Neil.
didn't have to drop
But
things in the
I'm
fryer.
gonna-
That's true. I didn't have to drop things
I'm
in
gonna
the
Drop things in the fryer was one of the 30 things I had to do. Are you fucking crazy?
Daddy, chill.
Piss me off.
You still have
He's not
nightmares?
listening.
I
He's
know.
not
I'm
listening.
he-
He's not listening.
I
know.
am listening.
You have to sit them.
Go tell me then.
You have to get their drinks.
Are you okay?
You have to make fries. You have to make onion rings. You have to make chili cheese fries. You have to make shakes. You have to make malts.
Well, here's
You have to
what
make
I have
chicken
to say
tenders.
to that, Neil. Are they ordering everything at the same time? If it's 3 tables?
But you
Or
have
is
to
every
do
table
all of
ordering
it.
10 malts? And
You
4?
have to be the cook and you're the waiter. Do you get that or no? You don't get that?
That's
and
kind
then
of
you gotta
kind of fucked up.
and you gotta bust the tables.
Jay's only he has
Yeah.
he has a wait
He doesn't
staff and he
fucking
goes,
get it.
"Hey, Buster Boy, you
Oh,
make money,
yeah.
I make money. I eat, you eat."
I
All I'm
actually did say
saying
that to a
is
bunch of
you
got
can
in trouble.
tell.
I know
I was
you
like,
did.
if
We
I
already had
ever
this
if I
guy-
ever see a water glass less than
I
this
know.
full, yeah.
You can tell.
I'm giving you
Obviously, that is
$0.
traumatic for me because I'm getting pissed
Do you ever
about
still
it
dream
now.
about it?
No.
Do you ever have dreams?
I'll tell you. I have
nightmares?
one story from it.
Okay, look, man. I think that's actually a lot of work because I've never had to actually go into the
Of
kitchen
course,
and
it's
just start
fucking.
cooking.
It's an impossible structure. That's why they have failed because their customer service stinks because you can't get to people in time.
And you're like, where were
Anyway.
you? And Neil's like, I was cooking, cleaning, doing the dishes, and
Everything.
in the bathroom.
Literally everything.
Like, yeah.
So,
Breathe.
I had a table come in. I already had a couple tables. I had a big table that came in.
Mike Tyson had
And
a
it
fight
was
tonight.
12 people. The table came in, it was 12 people.
Are they high
So
schoolers?
I'm like, no, it was like a family and cousins. And
They were like, this is my favorite restaurant. You know that?
no,
he-
it was Latinos, so that's not it. Actually, at
no,
all.
I'm not going to do it.
Yahweh's,
Yeah.
malt way, Sunday way. So anyway, they come in there and the guy's like, I'm like, what would you guys like? Yeah, each of them ordered a shake.
Yeah. And then you just
12 people, Jay. Do you understand how long it takes to make one? It's like 3 to 4, 5 minutes to make one. Sorry. 12 people is like 40 minutes of making shakes. And it's just me. I got 2 other tables I got to
Yeah.
deal with. So the guy orders 12
You're
shakes.
in there. You're literally like
Like,
turning butter.
Bro, you're
He's like
you're
just in a butter.
scooping the ice cream. You're making the shake. You're putting the milk in. You're doing all
You
the...
don't have multiple machines.
They want strawberry. No, you have one machine, but it has different heads to do
Yeah.
this. But you're still putting
You
everything...
didn't tell them. You're like, hey man, look. I'm gonna tell you right now. It takes about 5 minutes per shake.
That's
I'm
That's
like-
what you say.
I'm
You
like-
go look. You go look. I'm down to make the shakes, but y'all just need to chill. So you need to order some other drinks.
Yeah,
you
you're
need to order some
cooking-
appetizers. We'll get that shit
How-
coming
all
out.
right,
Also
you're
at
great. How old are
16
you right
years
now?
old, exactly.
How old are you?
I
I'm like
agree.
15 or 16.
Yeah.
And in the middle of this, there's like Bee Gees music that comes on. They they want you to dance in front of everybody.
Yeah.
We had
Play that bucket
we had
music,
right, and
white
we had
boy.
dances we had to do. So I'm making the shakes, and they play it over. I got to dance, go back to the shakes. Anyway,
And
here's
you're
a
like shaking
moral,
the milkshake as you dance, just like.
moral of the story. Moral of the story is I make all the fucking shakes. I got other tables. They're getting pissed. All this stuff. I bring them the shakes. It's like $120 worth of shakes. I give it to them. They pay. They left $120 exactly. They didn't even fucking tip me.
You know what you should. That's
They
why.
didn't tip me $1, bro.
Yeah.
That's why you gotta go.
120, and I gave them good service.
They
Also-
don't think of that.
also,
a lot
over
of people
six-
don't think that.
Over 6
You know what I
people,
did the
you
next day?
You autograt.
Yeah, I agree.
Bro,
If,
this
if
is a
people come in
fucking-
and they're like, we just want milkshakes, you're like, cool, I'm gonna add
Do
gratuity.
I work at Elway's, motherfucker? This is a fucking mall
Every
food
restaurant
court.
has autograt. You worked at the food court?
Yeah, shows how much you've been listening to this goddamn story. It's a food court in a mall. Johnny
Johnny
Rockets.
Rockets is not a food court.
Yes,
it's a
it
restaurant
is.
in the mall.
No, it's okay, but it's in the mall in the food court.
No, it's a restaurant in the mall. It's not the food court.
But it's located in the food court.
It's the entrance might be, but it's still a restaurant.
Oh my.
Bro, you're not at Sbarro.
I probably make more money. Again, I was making $2.20 an hour.
Look, man.
And living off tips. The guy let me $0 in tips. That's
Yeah.
disgusting. And if you see this fucking video, if this comes to you, fuck you.
One time
I'm done.
Some guy gave me probably $1, and he was like, "You're not a good waiter."
But what did you
He
have
told
to do?
you that?
Yeah.
Oh damn.
He was like, "But you know how I got the job? I wrote an essay for Tiffany. Shouts to Tiffany. She was like the prettiest girl in every school that she ever went to."
Nice one.
And I was like, and she was like, "Hey," and I was like, "Why are you talking to me?" And she was just like,
You want
do you
a
write
job?
do you write essays for people?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I guess." And then
But I did get a
And then
perfect
she was
score on
like-
my SAT.
I did used to write essays for people, but they just didn't pay me. So I was like, I just give them the essay. I gave this one guy the essay, and he was like, "Cool, man." I was like, "Are you gonna give me money?" He was like, "No." I was like, "Oh, probably should have gotten the money."
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's depressing.
But it's crazy because
That sucks.
it's so based on how what the teacher thinks of you. Because I wrote a very similar essay for 3 people. I don't know. Maybe the third version wasn't as good. It's just a lot of work. But people got wildly different grades.
He's like,
I was like, oh, it's all completely subjective, and it just is based on what your teacher already perceives of you.
that makes sense, actually.
Because someone got a 60, someone got an 89. You know what I mean? Someone got a 70. It's like, wow, it's completely arbitrary.
The teacher's probably not even reading the essays. Just sees the name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, who is it? Charles D.
Yeah.
You're going nowhere in
I can see
bud.
that. I could see a lazy
A couple
teacher doing
lines
that.
Yeah.
underlined, where does this
Yeah,
information
right.
come
I
from?
use the
in
same.
the
I
first
use the same.
paragraph?
I use the same quotes and the same examples.
I
Or
think-
maybe what I think teachers think that they think people are cheating or something, or they think they copied. I don't know.
Maybe.
But
That's why I think I went
covered
into
my
math.
track. I covered my tracks.
Yeah.
Nobody would tell it was copied. Trust me. But it was just too much work for $20. I'm like, fuck this. I don't even do my own schoolwork. I don't want to
Yeah.
have other people's to do. But Tiffany, shouts to Tiffany. She said,
Prettiest girl.
praise Allah. Just kidding. So she was basically like, "Hey, would you write this essay for me?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." And then she was like, I'll give you $20. I was like, "Do you work at it was called On the Border?" And I was like, "Do you work at On the Border?" And she was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "If you get me a job, then you don't have to pay me anything. Just get me a job waiting."
You know what you got to do it on the border? You bring out chips.
So I basically I wrote.
I'm just saying, Johnny Rocks is the hardest restaurant. Johnny.
So I basically wrote a girl's essay in high school, to get my first waiting job. That's how I got my foot in the door.
Nice.
And then the first weekend I worked, I dropped 2 trays of 5 plates in the same
That
spot in
sucks.
the restaurant. And it was like the record scratches, in the old saloon
Right,
movies.
right.
Everyone's like,
And you know the worst part about
and the people are splashed with enchilada sauce. It was like a Mexican restaurant. And you're just like,
you know the worst
my
part about that
God.
is not dropping it. In my opinion, it's going back to the cooks and being like, "Hey, can you remake this?"
And
That-
and they're like, "What happened, man?"
Yeah, no, they get worse than that.
And they're just like, "You fucking dropped it." Fuck! And
Yeah.
you're just like, I'm so sorry. And the second
they're
time,
so mad.
they
They're
almost
so
they
mad.
almost fired me that weekend, but they kept me for some reason because I was so.
It's hard to
apologetic.
find workers.
It's
but
because
but
his mom knew the.
Regional
We
manager.
wanted to fire you, but your mom knows the regional manager.
Hey, I know.
No,
we're
but
going
I
a
didn't
little
care-
long.
I didn't carry
we gotta
trays.
wrap.
I have a Neil's got issue.
I didn't carry
good.
trays for a month.
Who did?
Anyone else?
So someone else brought food to your own
Dude.
table.
There was yes.
So you
I
basically
refused. And
you
they were
basically
like-
got rewarded.
But
You
everyone,
got rewarded.
Everyone was like, "That's probably a good idea."
You got rewarded.
There was this guy Tristan, and he used to carry the trays up at the top of his arm, and everyone was like, "Don't do that." He was 6'4", 6'5". He would carry it so tall it would almost hit the door frame, and he'd have to duck. And people were just like, "Stop doing that." And he was like, "Oh, I got this." Because when you first start carrying trays, you think you're Superman. You're like, "Nothing will ever fall from this." You're like throwing it under your legs and fucking doing a fucking NBA slam dunk. No. The moment it falls, you're just like, because that's why it fell the second time. I lost my confidence. I was just like carrying the table.
You gotta
like,
get
it's gonna
back
fall,
on
it's
that
gonna fall,
bowl,
it's gonna
brother.
fall. And dude, I remember Tristan when he dropped the
Why did
tray.
you grab it with 2 hands if you thought it was gonna fall?
It's impossible. Once it starts
Idiot.
wobbling, you can't just it's just
Fucking on the border, dumbass waiters.
And no. And Tristan, I remember he dropped the tray and he came back and he was like, "I'm never doing that again." He would dance and circle. I was like, he flew too close to the sun, my friend.
It happens.
But
Happens to the
no,
best.
yeah, on the board. I mean, I have so many stories from that. I'll end with this though. One of the best pieces of advice.
Quick.
One of the best pieces of advice I ever got was from Freddie. I think his name was Freddie. It was probably Freddie. And
Freddy's Burgers?
And I was like, hey man, I'm going, like, you know what I mean? I'm going back to school and, like, you know, summer's over or whatever. And he was like, hey man, just listen. He goes, siempre arriba, nunca abajo. Always up, never down. And that was Freddie's advice to
What
me.
does that mean?
That means always go up and never go back to what you were doing or
I'm like,
beneath
hey, I'm
that.
going to school and I'm going to college or whatever. And he was like, hey man, siempre arriba, nunca abajo.
All right.
Always up, never down. So
That's fair.
there it is.
Neil's got issues.
Siempre.
Yeah.
That's it?
Neil's got issues. Yeah.
We got to be more structured next
So, all right, we got
This is a great episode.
we got a submittal.
I got to tell all sorts of stories.
I'm behind on my work by about 4 weeks. And now my job wants me to work over Thanksgiving break and Christmas holidays. The expectation is that I get this work done. However, I already work an insane amount of hours and they aren't paying me any more to do so.
Welcome to America, brother.
How do you create a good work-life balance when your job is so demanding? P.S. I'm 100% not a writer because I think it's a cult.
Okay, this
Well,
sounds
let's
like
address
a man
that.
or woman of culture.
Go fuck
For
yourself.
I
what?
thought you were going to say of color.
If
Your
you're
writers are overwhelming.
if you're a writer, put it in the chat that you're a writer. Shout out writers.
Okay, so let's get
not a
this
cult.
straight.
It's not a cult.
So you're working.
Put writer in the chat if you're a writer.
You're working an excessive amount already, but you're still behind,
Yes.
and then they want you to work. I mean, it's.
What do you do?
Man, you got to just, and it's so hard because then this is just extra effort, extra work to
Well,
be
what do you
applying
do?
to job. I'm getting. To
I don't
it.
think you are.
But what do you do?
You were about to say it, and then you keep.
No,
diverting,
I'm
so say
saying it gets.
Remember what we said when Neil wasn't here?
Yeah.
Well.
Okay.
Hour 17 in.
Yeah. So what you do is you have to put in that extra effort, not at this job, but at applying to somewhere else. It's not going to get better. It's not going to get better at this current job.
What?
That's insane. If you're already overworked, you're already behind, and they're expecting you to work holidays.
My sister
Fuck
told me
you.
this. People don't leave bad jobs, they leave bad managers. And it
I
sounds
agree
like
with
your
that.
manager
Yeah.
is the type of person who's just going to work you to the bone and collect all of the credit for doing that.
But what if it's
I'm
not
sure.
the
Do you
manager?
like your
What if it's the
manager?
job, the demands of the job?
Then
Well,
get
then they need
another
to hire
job.
someone else. Like then
Screaming.
that needs to also like go up to like there needs to be a conversation with your manager saying, "Listen, this is where you need to lay that all out on the table." To me, that's what I would do. I would say, "Listen, do you know or when was the last time you had a meeting with your manager?" I have one every 2 weeks, and I say, "This is what I've done in the past 2 weeks. This is my work level. This is where I'm at." So if they don't know how much hours you're putting in, like, then they don't know. So that would be the first thing I would say. I would say, go to your manager and say, I've been working 40 plus hours for the past 6 months. I'm 4 weeks behind on what you already want me to do, and you want me to work Christmas and Thanksgiving. I am already burnt out, and I'm going to be even more burnt out if I have to work over those holidays.
Okay.
I need something from you to help support me because
All
this
right.
isn't sustainable.
And
What if
here's
you-
what the boss says in response. Well, Will, you say this, and I'm hearing you, but Jay,
We're all
John,
working hard.
Lauren, they're doing exactly what you're doing.
We're
They have the
all
same
working
assignments,
hard, exactly.
and they're not 4 weeks behind. They're getting it done.
But this is hypothetical. You don't know that.
I do know this because I know who sent it in, and I know more
So
details about
so
it.
that they are so they're up. They're
behind, but other
they're
people are getting done.
Okay. I mean, so I'm supposed to say, oh, work faster, more
try some
efficient.
of this.
Like I don't know how you do your job or what you're doing or what they're doing to be ahead and why you're behind. There's obviously some kind of reason there, right?
No. Look, here's what you say. You say nothing because they're gonna have zero sympathy,
Yes.
and you, like Will said, You either start looking for more opportunities, and I think that's what Colby means when he says that's the only way you have any leverage. If you get a better job offer somewhere else, and you come back to them and you go, hey, someone's going to pay me more money, and, if you feel like you're valuable, ultimately, you should be able to get another job. What job do they work?
If you say nothing, and then the job doesn't get done, then they're going to get canned.
Can you read it again?
It's a teaching position.
Can you read it again? Because I'm a little tipsy. I'm not trying to not pay attention. I'm trying to pay attention.
You seem a little tipsy. You seem a little hot and heavy. I agree,
I'm
Colby.
behind
I came in hot, dude.
I'm behind on my work by about...
Colby, I would love to work for you, man. Are you a software developer?
Zephyr?
Look, I'm a pretty good software developer, I would say.
If you keep calling him Colby, he's not going to respond.
Zephyr.
Mr. Z, have some fucking respect.
But
honorable ambassador, his Highness Z.
And that's how you get ahead, right? You go to different companies or you leverage actual offers to get a raise. And that's a sad, like that's I know what happened with him, where it's like specific cases where you don't get a raise unless you show that you can go somewhere else and make more. And then they're like, okay, we'll match that. It's like, that's shit. Like, I'm supposed to be like, oh, okay, cool. Let's go along. So that's what it
bullshit,
takes.
dude. It is such bullshit, and it also makes you not even want to
do
work because you're like, oh, you guys would pay me this, but you just decided not to until I forced you to. Like, it just feels fucked.
Yeah.
Can you read it again, please? I know we're over, Neil. Can we just have a long episode? Is there episode before Thanksgiving? We owe them 2 episodes. This should be a 3-hour-long episode because we've been skipping weeks.
Lot.
We've been skipping weeks. We're never getting up from these chairs.
But we have a really funny video that's going to come out that we're going to shoot tomorrow. So.
Okay.
I'm behind on my work by about 4 weeks, and now my job wants me to work over Thanksgiving break and Christmas holidays.
Pause. Behind on your work by 4 weeks.
Yes.
So is that what your
like
job...
grading.
Does your job think you're behind on your work for 4 weeks? Or are you telling my job, hey, I'm behind on 4 weeks? Those are 2 different things.
I don't even understand how you're behind. Like, if you, especially you said a teaching job, I don't understand how you can be behind 4 weeks.
Grading.
You've
got essays you got to look at.
Okay, and now go.
The expectation is that I get this work done. However, I already work an insane amount of hours, and they aren't paying me anymore to do so. How do you create a good work-life balance when your job is so demanding?
You don't. There is no such thing as work-life balance. That's what Jeff Bezos said. He was like, it's all a continuum. Like, there's no balance. Like, it's what, like, one takes from the other. No, it's just like you have a continue. Like, either you get used to what it is because it's not going to change, or you go somewhere else. I mean, I think ultimately those are the two. Or you have a manager who actually has your back, who's willing to go back to their manager and say, hey, my team is maxed out right now, and they can't do anymore. But if your manager isn't like that, I mean, ultimately, it's not going to change.
Yeah, it can. It's
right.
Don't
you agree?
I gotta say something about teachers. I think it's easily one of the most thankless jobs of all time.
Yeah.
They're so underrated how important teachers are. They work their butts off, and they don't get compensated for it. They don't get thanked for it. So I'm gonna thank both my parents were teachers. I know how hard they have to work. They're still working. Yeah. My dad retired, but my mom is. So I shout out to all the teachers out there. It's very impressive what you do.
I think we should do this.
I appreciate what you guys do.
Round of applause for Neil's parents.
For all teachers. For all teachers.
Specifically Neil's parents.
And including
other teachers,
my
we don't even know them. But Neil's
parents,
you raised a beautiful son.
Including my parents.
You raised a beautiful son. He's smart. He's talented. He's an athlete. He's everything.
Shout out to all the pairs.
You did a great job teaching your own son.
We got some divergence going on here.
Anyway, shall we... It's been a show. We have talked and talked and talked.
It's been a show and a half. Oh, no. So the other thing I saw at the job, I literally saw a guy. I didn't see it, but I was right behind him, and somebody behind me saw it. He dropped a plate off a tray, like those brown, like oval trays, and he dropped a plate off a tray, and he bent down his knee and caught it with the same tray. Isn't that insane?
He had 2 trays?
No, he had 1 tray, and a plate fell off the front.
He caught it with the tray.
And then the person behind me was like, "Oh my god!"
So, did you know that?
That's amazing.
And then he delivered it to the food. It didn't spill off the plate at all. It was like a miracle.
In the first,
shout out to you.
In the first,
Ariel, that was
in the first Spider-Man, whatever that guy's name is. he actually did
He
the
did
shot
this-
like 70 shot. He took him like 70 times, but he actually caught everything on the tray. It wasn't CGI, and he made them.
Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire.
Ariel did that with one plate.
Yeah.
One shot, one
time.
kill.
Boom.
That's insane, right? That's insane.
Yes, that's.
And I was in my no tray carry
Let's
days.
see him do
I
it
was
again.
Like,
Heroes are remembered, but legends never die.
So and just,
Ariel!
Ariel!
okay,
Feliz cumpleaños!
and just a little bit. The next thing that's going to come out, hopefully is going to be edited by the next time we have another live. But the idea being, Neil is so confident in tennis that he thinks he can beat.
Confident? I think I've proved myself.
Okay, Neil is so proved
good.
in
Texas
tennis
Hall of Fame.
that he can. He actually did get inducted into the Texas Hall of Fame.
That's why we skipped an
Congratulations!
episode.
Yes, that is why. He will play Jay and I 2-on-1, left-handed. Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's and let's see if he can do it.
Left-handed, me against Will and Jay. We're gonna play at City. Some
Dad,
park.
Dad,
courts.
I need your help. My dad played tennis a lot.
Yeah.
Dad, I need your
Mr.
advice.
Ezra.
Colby and I were
They're so
doubles
screwed.
partners. I didn't
Oh,
remember,
I'm really
but
worried.
Colby and I were doubles partners,
Oh.
and we won. I
Neil,
think.
here's the thing about playing me left-handed that you didn't realize.
What?
I am left-handed.
Okay.
I am.
No, you can play left-handed. That's fine. Play
so
with
I'm
your
gonna stay on the
dominant
left,
hand.
and we'll stay on the right.
Oh, brother.
Unstoppable.
What about the middle?
Double
I'm not-
forehands,
that's-
baby.
Oh, shit.
I'm not worried about it at
I'll stay on
all.
the right. You stay on the left. Whatever.
I'm not worried
yeah.
about it literally at all.
Neil,
I'm
look,
very
man,
confident.
You might be a D1 athlete. You might be in the Texas Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
But here's what I have to say.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with a file and erase your name when we wipe you off the City Park, Denver, Colorado tennis courts. I am the champion.
Listen, I'll see you. I'll see you tomorrow at 11. Be ready to go.
11 a.m.?
Yeah. Is that a problem for you?
What does that
No,
mean?
11
a.m. to
p.m.
end the show?
10 the show. I'll see you tomorrow at 11. I'm here to beat your ass. I'm not even worried about it. It's going to happen. It's a guarantee. Let's go Riders. You can give him any advice you want, Mr. Mizrah. He's screwed. Anyway.
Dad, I'm playing Neil in tennis tomorrow.
Yeah,
and Neil's
we
a
heard-
D1
we
tennis
heard.
player, but Neil he doesn't know my mentality. He doesn't know my mentality.
I'm gonna end the stream in 3
To end the show.
to end the show.
Wait, no. Will, no, don't do that. Hold on. We have a whole
To close it
process
out.
here.
To close it out. Do you have anything to say to the people?
Me?
I'm gonna beat Neil.
Okay.
I'm gonna beat Neil.
There's going to be a huge match tomorrow. If you're in Colorado, meet us at City Park 11 a.m. tomorrow. Let's go.
We should get an
Shout out
audience.
to
We
the
should get an
Riders.
audience to come.
Shout out
Don't
to
you
that's
have
why I
friends?
mentioned it. So, thank you all for watching Season 3, Episode 5. It was a pleasure.
Not that. Oh,
See you later.
we have a different song for the outro.
Yeah.
Yes, we always had a different song.
Hey. Bye guys.
Bye.
Love you.